What's up, everyone? I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jessie.
You're listening to Milkshakes and Ghosts.
I'm sad Christmas is over.
I'm sad and relieved at the same time.
Are you saying you don't like Christmas?
No. You know, I like Christmas, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little chaotic with getting everyone together. And Jessie, I know you might not understand this, but Christmas is really expensive. I can't even begin to say how much I spent this year, just in case your daddy's listening.
I don't think he was listening to our podcast.
He listens, so I gotta be careful
does.
what I say. Yes.
He does?
Yes, I gotta be careful what I say. So I'm not gonna say how much I spent or how little I spent. Teddy, if you're listening.
Wait. So he hears all the silly stuff I do?
Yes. Honestly, I am relieved it's over. I'm sad, but I'm relieved. We had a great time with family and friends. There is actually a video I just posted today on Patreon page. So for all you Patreon members, go check it out. I know I'm a little bit late for the Christmas video, but I did post a Christmas video of all our family and friends. And you get to see a little bit of how our lives are in our house because we had this huge Christmas party. It was a lot of fun. So go check that out only on Patreon. And yeah, I think it's a blast. We had a blast. Santa this year was great. What do you think, Jessie? Santa was funny this year.
Santa was a savage this year.
Santa was a trip. I will let you guys in on a little secret out there.
Wait. A trip? What do you mean a trip?
Okay.
Is that from like the 1900s or something?
Jessie, don't start with me. Do not start with me. Oh my gosh. So, you guys, our assistant Jack was Santa this year. Usually it's Jessie's dad, but all the little kids recognize Jessie's dad already. So, we decided to do someone different, someone that, you know, the family was not too familiar with. Well, most of my family members. So, we did Jack. Jack, our assistant, was our Santa Claus, and he was hysterically funny. He did an amazing job. It was a great time. Oh, yeah. We're talking about you, Jack. He turned around. He's just like, huh? Every time he hears his name on the podcast, he's like, huh?
He's like, what are you guys talking about?
Jack, we were just saying how you were a great Santa. He's laughing.
I mean, you were a savage one. Not a great one, but a savage one. I mean, you were amazing. You weren't great. You were amazing, but you were a savage.
Okay, honestly, this was the funniest Christmas, though, hands down. It was hysterically funny. We could not stop laughing. My favorite Christmas was this year, honestly.
At least no kids cried this year.
No kids cried. Jack was too funny. He was just too silly. Nobody found him scary. No parties anymore. I think we're done for that chapter of our life.
I mean, you're not old. Oh, wait. Well, then again.
Don't start with me. No. Shh. Quiet.
19, 18, 17, 16, 1600s, 1500s, 1400s.
Oh, Jessie, just stop.
Oh, wait. No, you're from the 1900s.
Anyways, although Christmas is over, we're not done, you guys, talking about creepy Christmas things.
That's right. We're not done with all the creepy Christmas stories.
Our spooky stories will never stop. Not in this podcast, at least.
So we got the idea of today's episode from watching the movie. Dun dun dun, drum roll, please. Krampus!
That was more of a comedy than a horror movie, let's be realistic. I think we laughed our butts off watching that movie, Jessie.
While everyone else was watching the movies about Santa Claus and the North Pole, me and my mom... I'm sorry. Me and my mom were watching Little Gingerbread Men and Toys Attack a Family.
I thought the little gingerbread men in Krampus were freaking adorable. I would have captured one, honestly, and kept it as a pet.
My favorite part of the movie is when the dog, because the gingerbread were running up to this one guy trying to attack him. He got like a flamethrower or something. Oh, wait. I shouldn't spoil it for them if they want to watch it. I mean, but like...
It's an old movie. I'm sure many people have seen it. We could spoil it. It's old.
It's from the 19s. Like
it is not from the 1900s. It's from earlier 2000 and something. I can't remember.
It's from 1999.
It is not from 1999. It's
I
from the
don't know.
2000s.
It is?
Yeah. I don't know what.
2001.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Let's hear your favorite part of the movie though.
Okay, so I was talking about the flamethrower, and then the guy was shooting the gingerbread with the flamethrower because he didn't know what to do, and the dog came up to the last gingerbread because he had to get it, and the flamethrower was out or something, and he ate ate the gingerbread cookie.
That dog was so adorable when it ate it, and the owner was like, "Good boy."
Okay, so Krampus came out on December 4th in 2015.
So yeah, I'm sure half of the people listening have already seen it. If not, go watch it because it is funny. So after watching the movie of Krampus, we definitely decided it was something we wanted to discuss on this podcast.
Unlike the movie, the mythological creature known as Krampus is much more scarier.
It sure is.
Today, we're going to tell you the story of Krampus behind the myth.
And at the end of it, we have some bonus New Year's ghost stories to share with all of you.
It's going to be a fun episode today. But first, like I always ask, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a butterscotch milkshake with a shot of espresso, and this is so good. This is really good.
You just had to put coffee in it.
I sure did. Everything tastes better with coffee.
You said everything tastes better with coffee? Pickles and coffee.
I swear, that would probably taste great too. Coffee just makes the world a better place.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna like coffee.
One day, you are definitely going to like coffee because I remember when I was your age saying the exact same thing. I hate the smell of coffee. I don't like coffee. I'm never going to drink coffee. And then I had your brother, your oldest brother. And you know what? Coffee and me became besties.
I actually like the smell of coffee. Anyway, in my opinion, I'm never gonna like coffee, and that day is never gonna come anytime soon. Anyways, I'm not drinking anything special today. It's just a chocolate milkshake.
I'm surprised you didn't look up anything online. Usually you love getting those new recipes and drinking something different every time we podcast.
I plan on making another one too to celebrate New Year's.
Another milkshake? No, no, no. That is way too much sugar, and you and I both know you do not need any more sugar, Jessie. So, New Year's, we usually just like to sit around and watch movies and hang out together and watch the ball drop, for New Year's. And that's about it. And we'll probably, yes, we will have some more milkshakes. I don't know if you're going to get another milkshake, but just make it a nice family night tonight and cozy on up. Celebrate the new year together.
I think Cooper is mad at you. He turned around.
Oh, yeah. I just now noticed both Cooper and Fancy, there are two small dogs. They are in our pod lab with us. They usually always are with us when we're podcasting. And Cooper is now mad at me because I wasn't giving him belly rubs. So he turned around. He won't face me. That's okay. I'll give him belly rubs later.
I don't think he's gonna forgive you.
So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, more milkshakes.
Oh my gosh. Just milkshakes? Come on, you gotta have something else.
I mean, I would love to expand Patreon and our merch. So that's my New Year's resolution. I want to make milkshakes and ghosts an empire.
Well, we have the same mindset, daughter.
I'm going to make this my new saying now. If you guys are Patreon members, you got to say this with me. Milkshake drinkers, ascend!
I like that. All right. Let's ascend together. So, me and you have the same New Year's resolution. I want to make milkshakes and ghosts and empire too. I mean, why not? We love all spooky things. We go on spooky ghost hunts and we talk about spooky things all the time while drinking all this sugary milkshakes. I think it's great. Let's do this.
That's not the same mindset, that's copying me.
It's not copying you. We have the same goals.
That's not true.
It is true. We want the same things in life.
How do you know you're not me?
Look, I cloned you, Jessie. You are
19?
my face.
19?
Stop.
19 what?
Stop it.
I'm a Gen Z Skibbity Toilet Alpha Sigma Rizzler. I mean, you don't understand what that is.
You just spoke a bunch of gibberish into the microphone.
It's not gibberish. It's called a different language. You wouldn't understand it.
I guess I don't speak gibberish.
I guess you don't speak skippy
Stop.
toilet. 19.
Oh
19.
gosh.
19.
All right, before I kick you out of the pod lab.
No, you wouldn't do that. Anyway, I've got the best job in the world. I get to talk about ghosts while drinking milkshakes or smoothies, of course.
Yeah, I agree. I love our job, Jesse. It's the best job in the world. I get to drink milkshakes and I get to hang out with my best friend, you, while talking about ghosts and also arguing with you from time to time. So it's a lot of fun. Let's celebrate to having a great job and wanting to expand it. Hold on. Get your milkshake cup. We're going to cheers. All right, ready? Cheers!
Anyway, so let's get back to Krampus, which we're both covering today.
It was just too good of a topic. How could we not? I felt that the both of us needed to cover this after watching the movie. The Krampus movie is awesome. I think I could go for watching it again. And I don't say that about movies too much. Usually, if I watch a movie, it's just a one-time deal, even if it was good. But Krampus was funny enough to watch again and again.
Yeah, that movie inspired this episode.
Every year, in early December, children in Austria get ready for St. Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, to visit them. If they've been good, he'll reward them with presents and treats. But if they've been bad, they'll get a lot more than a lump of coal. They'll have to face Krampus.
Not Krampus!
Would you like to know who Krampus is?
No, I prefer Santa.
Well, you better be good, or you'll get Krampus.
I promise I'll clean my room, do the dishes, do the laundry, mop the floors, do whatever you want me to do just to keep Krampus away.
Well, you should want to keep him away. Krampus is scary. He is a man and half goat who comes around every year to chase naughty children and maybe even drag them to hell.
Oh, what? That's insane. What happens to getting a lump of coal when you're naughty? But, he's a goat, isn't he? Just feed him some grass.
All right. Krampus does not believe in a lump of coal, by the way. His punishment is much more severe. European versions of St. Nicholas have long had scary counterparts like Belsnickel and Netzpupetz. Krampus is one such character who comes from folklore in Austria's Alpine region, where he's been frightening children and amusing adults for hundreds of years.
How can he be amusing to adults? Why would adults be amused over seeing children get taken by Krampus? I mean, the information I pulled up on Krampus talked about him taking kids to the forest. Not what you said, that's much worse. Let's discuss Krampus' origins and step away from him stealing kids for a second. His origins began with the pagan celebrations of winter solstice. Later, they became a part of Christian traditions in which St. Nicholas visited children to reward them. Soon after, his menacing partner, Krampus, would also visit kids to punish them.
Jesse, that day was also known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night. It's when adults would dress up as Krampus and visit children's houses to scare them.
Oh my goodness, it's just like the movie we watched yesterday.
Oh, yeah, but that was different. They didn't dress up to scare the kids. What was that movie called?
I think it was called the red one.
No. Red Zone, right?
No?
Red
It was
one?
called the red one because Santa's nickname, they put him as Red One because he was Santa Claus.
Oh, okay. It's with The Rock.
Basically, they put Krampus as Santa's brother instead and they didn't like each other. And Krampusnacht was people like Krampus slapping someone, and whoever gets knocked out or dies first loses.
You didn't want to get slapped by Krampus in this movie because you wouldn't survive or you'd just be really injured. I mean, he'd slap somebody and they'd fly across the room. It was funny. I know it sounds like horrible, but that was a really good movie.
But where did you get your research from?
I got my research from history.com.
That's terrible that adults would dress up as Krampus just to scare kids.
I'm in agreement with you. That's pretty bad to torture kids like that. I guess it's how they got him to behave, though.
In the 21st century, many Alpine countries continue to celebrate Krampus with parades where the townsmen dress up like devils and run through the streets chasing after children and naughty parents alike.
Well, at least they chase after the parents, too.
Finally, they're not just scaring kids. So more recently, the legend of Krampus has gained popularity in America, with Krampus festivals held across the country in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and New York City.
Fun fact. In Germany, they have Christmas greeting cards of Krampus sneaking up on a child about to be punished.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I do not want a Christmas card like that.
Well, Jessie, these cards often read Grub vom Krampus, or greetings from the Krampus. So this holiday season, when someone greets you with Merry Christmas, feel free to respond with Merry Christmas to you, and may Krampus not steal your child.
That's so dark. Next Christmas, I must say that. Merry Christmas to you, and may Krampus not steal your child.
They're going to look at you and be like, you good? And move their child away. And be like, you good, girl? You good?
They're going to be telling their child, like, don't go near her.
Anytime you see them whispering to the little kids and looking at you, you know they're telling their kids, hey, stay away from Jessie, okay?
After researching who and what Krampus is, I wanted to know the meaning behind it. Like the more traditional idea of St. Nicholas, Krampus teaches the concept of reward and punishment, showing children the misbehavior has consequences.
Yeah, Jessie, misbehavior has consequences.
Krampus scares children into following family and community expectations of good behavior.
It's a great way to straighten out your kids.
And a horrible and traumatizing thing to do to your kids.
At least they'll behave. Krampus reveals that Christmas season isn't all warmth and kindness. Darkness also exists. He serves as a warning that actions have repercussions and that choices matter. In the ancient world, evil and supernatural beings also conveyed moral lessons. His chains can be interpreted as bondage to the bad decisions we make, and the birch rod he carries reminds children of the switch parents might use for spankings.
Abuse, I'm calling it.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm gonna say that's pretty horrible. I'm not criticizing how people choose to discipline their children. Our household is not one that believes in yelling or spankings. And I'm not in agreement with the Krampus method. That's a method I would never use.
Thank goodness. Everything about Krampus is horrific. So, like many cultures, the Germanic tribes marked the changing seasons with festivals and symbolism. Europe experiences extreme seasons, and winter could bring sickness, starvation, or even death if not properly prepared. Krampus represents the darker side of these changes. In winter, the communities needed discipline and cooperation to survive. The Krampus message is clear. Failing to prepare and contribute can have a deadly consequence.
Krampus teaches a necessary balance. While kindness and goodwill should be celebrated, people must also recognize the results of the darker side of human nature.
So Krampus is known as Santa's counterpart, a Christmas demon.
A diamond? A diamond? A diamond? A diamond, you say?
A Christmas devil, and oh yeah! In the movie we seen, he was Santa's shadow.
Yes, he's all those things and more. But most importantly, he's a mythological creature used to scare kids. So that way, kids won't be bad anymore. I need to start scaring you with this.
I'm not scared of anything.
Unfortunately, you came out like me. I guess that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because then I can't scare you when I need you to behave.
I guess it's great parenting methods now, so.
I think times have changed too much. Have you seen the TikToks parents scaring their kids? Have you seen that one? You know which one I'm talking about, right?
When they have like a filter and there's like a ghost behind them or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
That's horrible. I mean, the trauma on those kids thinking there's a ghost or something, little tiny kids, you know, I feel for them. Now that we've finished talking about Krampus, let's talk about some New Year's ghost.
Let's talk about Krampus! My favorite subject.
Should I go first with my New Year's ghost, or do you want to go first, Jesse?
I'll go first since my story is very short. I didn't really want to do a long story since we were talking about Krampus.
All right, let's get spooky with it.
My New Year's ghost story is about the woman in red at the Drake Hotel.
A woman in red? All right, well, that sounds creepy. I'm surprised she's not wearing white.
I'm surprised she's not wearing purple, yellow, green, or any other color than black, white, and red. Too many ghosts wearing white, red, and black. I want to do something different.
I think different is great. So let's hear about this ghost that wears red. Rock on, ghost.
On New Year's Eve in 1920, just after opening the Drake Hotel in Chicago, threw a celebration to remember. Rich people and big-time celebrities from all over the world would attend the party, excited to see the beautiful new building and bring in the new year. One of the attendees would become a part of history that night, haunting history. A man and his fiancée were at the event. The fiancée, who was dressed in a vibrant red gown, caught her husband being disloyal. She was torn apart by it. In a fit of rage and sadness, she threw herself from the 10th floor window, ending her life. They thought they'd see the last of the poor woman, but multiple sightings of an apparition in a red dress had been reported at the hotel since her demise. She's typically seen wandering the 10th floor where she took her own life. She's also been seen roaming the hallways, seemingly unaware that she passed away over a century ago.
That's so sad. She took her own life because her dude decided to be unfaithful. That's messed up.
I don't know if you guys remember this episode. It was like early in beginning season 1 or season 2. It was about like the Phantom Lady. It's kind of same story because the husband was being disloyal too.
We did a ghost investigation there.
Yeah, in
What was
St.
it called?
Augustine.
In St. Augustine, but what was it called? Oh, that's going to bother me. Oh, I'm going to have to look this up.
It's not.
What is that, Jack? Oh, okay. Okay, Jack just looked it up. It's the Flagler Ladies. No, the Phantom Ladies of Flagler College. That's what we covered in season 1. And that was a really good episode. You guys, if you haven't heard it, go back and hear it. And that was season 1, episode 2. So for all of you out there who want to hear it, go back to season 1, episode 2. We covered the Phantom Ladies of Flagler College. We went there in person and it was very creepy. There is a vibe to that college. You just know that you're not alone when you're walking through the hallways. So I wanted to choose a short story as well. I didn't want to go over time either, like we did last time. So my story is are you ready for it? Your typical lady in white story.
Guys, if you know what I'm talking about, I don't want to get copyrighted, but like, you remember the line from one song? Are you ready for it? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys are
I think we did.
Swifties,
I did a TikTok with your dad about that, if I'm not mistaken.
if you guys are Swifties, you know what we're talking about. But I can't believe you're covering another story about a lady in white again. Again.
There wasn't much stories for New Year's, okay? And this is the New Year's Eve lady in white. Tales of a lady in white are common when it comes to ghost stories. Most of these ghosts are stuck reliving their final moments of their lives over and over for decades. But you know you have a powerful and potentially dangerous phantom on your hands when a ghost has the ability to intrude. That's exactly what the New Year's Eve lady in white does. For years, NYE parties hosts from all over the world have reported an uninvited guest that shows up to their celebration. This guest isn't seen entering the house. They just appear. They don't socialize. They don't eat or enjoy a beverage. They just roam through the party as if it were happening in their own home. If you see an uninvited guest dressed in white at your New Year's celebration, you're getting a visit from the lady in white. Just ignore her, and she'll see herself out. But if you confront her or upset her, you can be sure you'll feel her wrath. And I got my source from spirithalloween.com, by the way. I had to say the source since I read more than researched, I guess you can say. I spent my time researching Krampus, so I felt like that was the more important story since we've seen the movie, and the story of Krampus is amazing. But that's my story.
Same here. I also got my information from spirithalloween.com, and I also read it instead of researching it. So Krampus was the more important subject since we had seen the movie.
Facts.
We're still trying to keep Christmas alive with the spookiness, though.
That's so true, Jesse. Halloween and Christmas, they still haven't left our house. We're not ready for the new year, you know that? We really are not ready.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for tuning in for our continuation of Christmas and New Year's episode.
Thank you guys so much for all the love, support, and these last 3 seasons we've been on air. We really appreciate all of you.
Yes, thank you all for staying with us and tuning in into a new episode every Tuesday. If you don't already know, we do listener stories once a month. If you have a spooky story and would like to have it read on air, please write us at milkshakesghosts@gmail.com. If you would like to follow our socials, we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Twitter, and Patreon.
Our podcast is now on YouTube. Our YouTube handle is @milkshakesghost. If you would like to become a Patreon member, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/milkshakesandghosts. I will link it in the show notes along with all of our other socials.
Join Patreon for free monthly gifts and cool perks.
And cool videos. I mean, we post really cool videos that only our Patreon members can see. Let's give a shout out to our awesome, amazing Patreon members. Mr. E from Special Delivery Show. Check out the Special Delivery Show. His podcast takes interviews to a whole new level. I'd like to give a big shout out to Pods R Us. Pods R Us is a digital creator. They post weekly updated top 10 best podcasts to listen to. Let Pods R Us help you find your next podcast. I will link their Instagram in our show notes.
M&G VIP members also include Vampires Rock 222, The Blonde Happenings with Kelly and Brenda, Witches for Life 1892, Bigfoot is Real 76, Bloodsucker 95, Nightmares 888, Witchy Talk 65, Dracula Rocks 22, Tina and Ruben, Legend, United We Stand, Ramos 1972, Marie, Mary Ann, The Paranormal Duo, Laura and Joanne, Bruce, Law Spooky, Harmony, Joan of Arc, The Dark Side, Ronald H., Joe Satana, Myra Morales from That's So Spooky, Jada Kimar H., Tony S., Jean from The Truth Is Out There, Nadia and Edward, Carl and Becca, Mandy and Kenneth, Jules and Christina, Joel from The Paranormal Countdown, Alan, Death Star 1, PR Princess, Maxine, UK Ghost Haunts and Hunts, Terror Screams, Jules M., Victor and Myra, Haunted Canadian History, Melissa and Dan, The Truth Is Out There with Carly and Allison, Creepster Allen, 458.
Woo, that was a mouthful, Jesse. My goodness, our list just keeps on growing and growing with Patreon members. We love you guys so much. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for listening. And thank you for all the love and support that you've given us. Most of all, thank you for being Patreon members. We appreciate each and every single one of you.
And remember, keep drinking milkshakes
And keep being spooky! Happy New Year's!
It's time for bloopers!
And I'm a happier person, don't forget that.
What about paper and coffee? Would you drink that?
Can't drink paper, Jesse. I'm never giving up coffee. New Year's Eve of...
Oh, wow, you want your kid to be traumatized?
Traumatizingly behavior. No, that doesn't make no sense. Traumatized, but behaving great.
No.
Halloween and Christmas.
You said hollow.
I hear myself.
Yes, thank you all for staying with us and and running into a new episode every Tuesday.
It's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season.